Good.
Hey,
How are you, Queen?
I'm good. How are you? How has your Memorial Day weekend been going so far?
It's good, with the family, just enjoying the time, can't complain. Let me tighten that up. All right, cool. How about you?
Trying to rest up a little bit. I haven't been
Yeah.
doing too much with this. I had a research paper that I was working on all night yesterday. So,
Mm.
there's my life in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody a second ago, before we get started, the neighborhood that I live in, they take the opportunity every holiday to get it popping. Literally, by get it popping, I mean these fireworks. So this snap crackle pop going on is
Hey,
they light it up. Every holiday they celebrate, and so all this popping in the background, it's not a shootout. They celebrate. I'm not in danger. They
it's
just
on and popping.
they celebrating, y'all.
You feel it. Hey, happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Yes. Happy Memorial Day. So, Danny, yes. I told everybody
Sorry,
we've been trying to coordinate
for a minute, right?
February. I said we've been determined to get this interview in. I said that's all right though. I said we gonna get it together. I said
We're
we've been
gonna
trying
get
to coordinate this since February. I said this a busy man here. He been
together.
he been all over the place. I said, but that's okay. I said, cause soon as he ready, we're gonna make a way.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put
Yeah.
him down.
Thank you for your patience. It's great
I
to finally be on it
yes.
on the show and um happy Memorial Day, y'all, everybody. All right. Breezy Wheezy. I
Everybody that's out there going to
love the
cookout.
hair. The hair is that's
Thank you.
everything. Yeah.
Thank you. This is my it's too hot. And if I wear my natural hair, it's gonna puff up weather.
No, but I love that.
That that's what's happening here. Um, even though you vegan, you ate any cookout food this weekend?
Oh yeah, we getting it on and popping tomorrow. You know how you got to get the barbecue going. I eat fish now. Um,
Okay.
And so that's pretty much all I eat, fish and then vegetables, all that stuff. But yeah, we gonna get it popping. I'm gonna make some drinks, you know.
We get
So yeah,
started.
that's gonna
We
be
can get
good.
started.
Did you do your barbecue today or are you doing it tomorrow?
Um, Tomorrow I'm dedicating for house hunting, but I ate some turkey burgers today, so
Nice.
I said I gotta squeeze in a little bit today, and
That's it.
since I'm done with my research paper, I'm gonna get my wine in today.
Hey, that
Yeah,
part, yeah, that was like all week last week was work, and this week is just gonna be just relax.
if you better take a break, because I know you probably gonna sit down for like 5 minutes and then right back up to work.
Like, what else can I do now?
I, exactly. You got that little window of time. I said, that's okay. I'm gonna use this little window. So
Hey, hey, what's up, Blanche? I see y'all down there.
so let's see. It's so much. Let me see. What can I get started with? I know you made an announcement on Facebook. Um, Maybe it was earlier this year, end of last year, that you were joining the cast of Carl Weber's show.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, the family business on BET, yes.
right.
Um,
My mom watches that show. She's a big fan of that show, and she was telling me to watch it. I'm gonna watch it, mom. I'm for real. She's like, you need to catch up on the show, and she's like, it's a good show, and I need to catch up, and I'm gonna do it because I said my friend's gonna be on the third season, so I'm
yes,
gonna catch up.
sir.
Yes, do you know when that is dropping? So at
So
least I
it
know when I
was
need to catch up.
right. It was supposed to actually drop what in April, beginning of April, but with COVID and everything just got pushed back
Mm,
and stuff. So I think the episode is airing in August when the show actually comes back from its break.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, so I got
So
time.
right, yeah, it should be by that time. So y'all got a little bit. Y'all got a little bit. But yeah, yeah, COVID, kind of messed up a lot of stuff. But it
Mhm.
also was a lot of, it was a lot of blessings that came in too. But yeah, everything, I remember that was actually my last set I was on before everything shut down. Um,
Really?
yeah, that was one of the last sets that was still going,
Hmm.
in Hollywood. And then after that, it was like bam, and then so we filmed that, and then the show came back, and then it took a break, and so it's coming back soon.
Good. Okay, I got time. I'm gonna catch up. So that
Yeah.
way, when your episode comes on, I will be caught up and I won't be watching it and don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that set is crazy though. And then Miguel A. Nunez, so man, I've always been a fan of him since, like Friday the 13th and Street Fighter,
Oh,
like it's Joanna, man, the list goes on and on.
you know he in my favorite installment of Friday the 13th. That's my favorite
Yeah.
one. So okay, I got to get in there and stop playing. Okay, you
So
inspired me to start watching.
right. So you remember in that movie when he was singing to his girl, right?
Yes,
Ooh,
ooh,
baby,
baby,
yeah,
ooh, baby.
baby.
You know
Actually, so I was doing that with him on set. It was so fun.
stop
I was
playing.
like,
Oh my goodness, I'm jealous now. That
all
is
right,
my favorite part.
that was a dream come true. I was like, yeah,
Oh my
baby.
goodness.
He's funny though. He's crazy.
And for him to be able to like laugh and joke about that, that makes him seem like so down to earth and stuff. Oh my goodness.
Right. He's very nice guy, very down there. I'm like, Joanna Man too, where's that? No,
Oh my, I used to watch that way too much that I like
right.
knew it word for word. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm here
yes,
for the
yes.
black actors. Speaking
Oh,
of um black actor studio, so who you been talking to
hey.
recently?
So so
Who you been
yeah,
talking to?
I've been talking a lot. I've been talking around, no.
Okay.
Um yeah, so inside the Black Actor Studio, we had the whole little, stumble block with the studio and stuff like that. So we're getting back into the studio, which is gonna be can't wait. I'm excited to get back into the studio. Right now we're doing, everything Zoom and stuff. Um so I actually had a little thing where like child actors, and uh I had Jeffries on there, losing Isaiah. Then I had
Mm-hmm.
Gary L. Gray from Bill Cosby show, and
Mm.
all this stuff, is just um people that I watched when I was growing up, you know what I mean? And it kind of brought back a lot of memories and a lot of nostalgia. And
Mm-hmm.
so I actually have I can't really say it, but I have a series
Oh.
of a show that I'm gonna break down and bring onto the show. So, and also an old school black film that I'm actually gonna have the whole cast on. Can't say which one it is, but a lot of
Oh
people know it.
man.
And so these are just like old school, like they're legends, icons. We stand on their shoulders now. So like, yeah, I'm excited for that. So, but
you
yeah,
you have a lot of interesting guests that you talk to
yeah.
on your show. Like I'm always like, wow, that is like so how does it make you feel that you get to talk to like these legendary like people that shaped um the culture of like black film and black television, like shows that we grew up off of? Like
Yeah.
how does that make you feel that you get to talk to them and listen to their story?
It's amazing, honestly. It's a privilege. It's a blessing. So like, not only do I, get to interview these people, but a lot of times I connect. We have a relationship outside of the interview. I hold on to a lot of relationships. I keep in contact with a lot of people that I interviewed in the past, and like Darius McQuarrie, you know,
Mm.
Eddie Winslow. That was like, everything back then, you know what I mean? Like that was the
I
brother, and that family.
listen,
And
I was such a Family Matters, just oh
man,
my
I'm
goodness.
telling
You don't even
you.
understand.
Like I know the whole theme song by heart. Like it's just having him on the show, and I really told him, I said, like I myself and a lot of other young black boys looked up to you, and you
Mhm.
know your relationship with Urkel and all that stuff. Like it was just it was just a good time and a great time to watch. And then you got people like Oba Babatunde, which from Dear White People and from so many other things. Life, the knowledge, the wisdom. Um, it makes my job a little easier because I not only am I learning their stories, but I'm learning their mistakes. I'm learning
Mhm.
their trials and tribulations, and I'm like, okay, they're here and they've been through all this, so I can do it too. You can do it too. We all can do it. It's just you got to persevere and be persistent. So, I love what I do I love interviewing them and really digging the questions. I like to ask questions that not many people ask. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about who you're dating, or I don't care about you know what I mean. I don't care about like where you go at night. Where you're partying.
Mhm.
I want to know stuff that you and I can say, sit here and be like, wow, make us think, um,
Exactly.
and get us more into the craft because the craft is such in itself is such an amazing thing. You know what I mean? It's therapeutic. It's an art form. So that was a long drawn out answer, but I got the I got
Yeah, but that's
there.
the answer that I wanted because I'm like, you talk to, a lot of people that shaped our childhood from Black culture. So I'm
Right.
like, that it just seems like such a privilege to be able to talk to these people that we watched growing up. I
Yeah.
mean, 'cause, last year when I got a chance um to interview Kelly Jo Minter. And
Yeah.
I had that feeling that when it was just like I'm like I watched you. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like you shaped me being in the position that I am today. So it's
Right.
just like from me being here, from me being so it's like from you being where you are, coming and asking the questions that I wanted to know growing up. So it's just like I understand.
Right. Yeah.
Like
It's
I get it.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling like this, unlike any other. And when I had Tay Diggs on the show, that's the one that
Mm-hmm.
because I
Coach
mean,
Baker.
I mean, I mean, come on, like I was a fan of like him for the longest, and my brothers and I, we off of the Wood, like that's our movie, so it just that
Best
was.
man and
That's man.
you
I mean,
know,
Stella got a groove back. The list goes on
right.
and on, and he's still killing it and doing his thing. But it's a testimony, and I was just like, you literally you had a lot to do while I'm here right now, and there are people that
Exactly.
I'm still can't wait to interview and add to the list of amazing people to talk to. So onward and upward, right?
Exactly. So, Danny, you have been fortunate enough, with all your skill and talent to be working hard enough that it paid off. So, can you announce to everyone this good news that you wanted to share that you're able to kind of give back your talent now?
I I don't know what you speak of. What is that you speak?
What you are now stepping into the realm of not just, acting, you are now
Right.
creating.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's amazing actually. I mean, okay, so the first thing I ever wanted to be was a director, right? Even before acting. I remember doing my you get your first project of you gotta like research a job, So I remember researching the director. I was like, how much do they make? What's this out? All this stuff, right? What do they do? All that stuff. And then,
Mhm.
I kind of got away from that. And then obviously in the acting, modeling, and all that stuff. And then I just find myself right back into it, and I started writing. So I've been writing for the longest time. I kind of stepped away from it. So I just started writing again. And then that's where my first short film, Hope, came along and that's in post production right now. Should be out by the beginning of July, and It's just about this aspiring actor. She happens to be a prostitute, and she was thrown out of her house and, abused and just going through. She went through a lot of things that no 15-year-old should ever go through. You know what I mean? Something sex trafficking is something near and dear to my heart,
Mm.
and I feel really strong about it. So that was another reason why I wrote that. Also, I got tired of seeing Black women being victimized on screen, and so even though she's a victim, during the situations of what's going on, she chose to be stronger. She chose to, persevere, and she found love not only through acting, but she also found love in the character Jalen. So it's a story about loss, a story about finding yourself, a story about being persistent no matter what you're going through. And then so that's exciting. That's coming out soon. But then also I got another thing brewing, but I can't really speak too much about it. But let's just say that all of my fantasy, drama, supernatural fans out there, you got something coming that's gonna be amazing. So stay tuned for that.
Busy man, you guys. Listen. Savan be out here working, okay? Jobs galore, just busy. And then he still finds the time to check in and check in with our circle of friends
Yeah,
and drop his words of encouragement and see how everybody is doing and just stay humble.
right.
And that's what it's all about. Just checking in with people and making sure we all staying connected so that we're all making sure we're keeping each other uplifted and knowing what's
Mhm.
going on with each other so that we can make sure that we're supporting everybody and knowing what everybody, what's going on with everybody so that we're there for each other. um and that we're just you out there and that we just want to say that we're proud of you and that we're always
Thank you.
rooting for you. Even when we can't we see you.
Right. Right. No, yeah, and I definitely, I appreciate the love and the circle that we have too, because you got to have a strong tribe. And I have in the past 2 years or so, I just really focused on relationships, because they shouldn't be taken for granted. And
Mhm.
the people who are in your corner, people who are rooting you on, you know, it's not it should be taken for granted, and it's not like something that's normal. We got a lot of people that's bashing each other, a lot of people who are in competition with each other. Like the only person you're in competition with is yourself. So I love to see people win because
Right.
when people win, it's a great world. We all create. You're a creator. Had the opportunity to work with you on your project, and it's a good time where people are all having fun and creating.
Exactly. And
That's
and
what
speaking of, and shout out to my line sister Tanya for bringing us
Hey,
together these years ago
Tanya.
for yes.
What up, sis?
For introducing us and making us all family together, and now we are all fifth column family in this and creating this thing together, this growing thing that we have together. And I just want to get um your point of view,
Hmm.
Danny, on why you feel it is important that Black people have representation in the horror and sci-fi genre. Because let me tell you a little bit of kind of what something that me and my podcast co-host noticed earlier this year.
Hmm.
Um, so there's this thing called Women in Horror Month that happens in February. And some people kind of notice that, hey, like it's kind of been clashing with Black History Month. Let's move Women in Horror Month to like maybe March or something.
Right.
So that, and like, so we can just have it in a different month, like maybe during Women's History Month. Tell me why those other people in horror, oh, they were all up in arms so bad that they decided to disband the Women in Horror Month organization as a whole.
Wow.
All because a few people said, let's move Women in Horror Month from February from Black History Month. Why we got
Mm,
to move it out of Black History Month?
right.
What does it have to do with Black history? And why is it trampling over Black history? What does it have to do with that? And like it was just this whole big thing. And I started joining like these different horror groups on Facebook, and I started noticing how racist the horror culture was. Like people would post up movies like Get Out, and people would be like, did you guys like this movie? And it would be a bunch of comments like, no, this movie is trash. I didn't like this movie. This movie wasn't scary at all.
Hmm.
Um, and like all these comments, and it would be white
Right.
people, and then all black people would be like, I liked it. I like this movie. And then white people would hate it and be like, well, they focus too much on the racism part, and I didn't find that scary.
Right.
And so we were starting to see that things that we were finding scary in parts of horror, they didn't. And
Right.
I'm like this is why this is important, and this is why we have to push this.
Hmm.
This is
Very
why we
true.
have to make our presence known in this genre. Because I mean, I knew that we were a minority within the culture,
Right.
but I didn't know it was that racist up until recently. Like it was that bad. Like I mean, like I'm like I know it's not that many of us there,
Well, I mean,
but I
think
didn't know it was that racist.
right. I mean, think about it. The movies that we saw growing up, where you rarely saw a black person, but then when you did, they were the first to die, right? Or the first to like get lost or taken out. And usually, they were the ones that comic relief, like stuff like that. So it was just like
Right.
you really didn't shine unless you had a black horror film.
Hmm.
And those and there are actually a lot of great ones, but the thing is, it's kind of like they get thrown in an arena with something that they can't go up against. You put it, and obviously they're not going to be looked at as great, and the quality, might be put down, all that stuff. So it's like you got, Vampire in Brooklyn. You got, I mean, I can go on and on, right? Blackula, all all these like, you know, heavy black cast films, they get thrown aside because of what necessarily? When they're not good enough, then the quality is not good. Like
Hmm.
why? It's always been like that, you know what I mean? So, and we've started seeing a change. But my thing is, I'm sorry, what was the actual question though? I just make sure I answer the question.
Why do you feel that it is important um that our presence that we have a presence within this genre?
Right. Okay. No, it's extremely important because not only because we need to be in every genre, because I mean, we need
That part.
I mean, that's the first part, right? It's like every genre there is a walk of life, like so I'll say for instance, okay, so a lot of the black roles, right, were thugs, drug dealers, all these that's what was typically cast, right? And that's where you got your start.
Hmm.
Those characters need their story needs to be told too. I'm not going against their characters. We do have, people like that when their stories need to be told too, but that's not all of the stories that need to be told. As far as the genre, horror genre, thriller, all that, it's so important because I need to see people who look like me in those genres. What if my favorite genre is horror. I had the opportunity to be in two horror films, and it was amazing. But the thing is, why isn't there more of that happening?
Hmm.
We got Get Out,
Hmm.
Us, stuff like that, which is great. And you go to TV, them, them was one of the last ones to come out.
And
Lovecraft
Lovecraft.
Country, yeah,
Hmm.
Lovecraft Country. Um, which I love these things. They're great, great stories, all that. But the thing I have a problem with is why every time our stories are told in these genres, it's based around that time period, that era, the 50s,
Mm,
the 40s, the 60s.
mm,
We don't, as a community, we don't need to see that anymore. We saw it, we got it, we know, we
mm,
lived it. So my thing is, let's bring thriller and horror. Let's bring it to now. Let's make a great film showcasing having black cast, having black talent. But it's great and it's now. It's present. You know what I mean? Let's capitalize on Get Out. Let's capitalize on us. Let's capitalize on those things
mm-hmm,
because I love that stuff. I wanted to. I
mm-hmm,
mean, I love Nightmare on Elm Street.
mm-hmm.
I love me some Freddy. But I never saw no black person already. I was like, I don't see nobody that looks like me growing up.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Until
I
yeah,
love
when
it.
Kelly Jo Minter survived, and that was
And
and
that
we
was it. And that
yeah,
was it. And when I finally saw Kelly,
it
I was
ain't
like,
even
oh yes, there's somebody. But
she
then what?
lived.
But then she had the attitude, right? We got that whole stereotype thing that came and all that stuff. So I'm just like, it's up to us really and truly. That's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of reason why I got into creating and I got this show that,
Yeah.
it's in development and stuff like that. Because supernatural, even in that genre, fantasy drama, supernatural powers, all that stuff, you don't have many black casts, like many
Mm-mm.
black talent in those shows. You
Mm-mm.
look at some of the greats like Supernatural or Charmed or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. No, maybe sprinkled here and there. You know what I mean? So it's up to
Game
us
of
to choose.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's up to us to do that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why we gotta support our black creatives. And
Mm-hmm.
independent creatives too. You know, just all the way from the Lena Waithe to the you know Troy Skinner, which is an independent person. To all that. We gotta really support that and push it. That's
Yeah,
extremely important because if they don't have that support, nothing's gonna change.
exactly. Exactly. And that's why that's why the fifth wall is so avid about trying to support our own and reaching out to other creatives and and other artists and stuff and supporting different people. Like once we meet other people in the industry, we are the biggest cheerleaders. Like you
Right.
know shout out to Zena and shout out to Rogue and all the other people that we run across in the industry. Like once we like latch on to people and we meet you and we're like supporters of people because we want to get behind people and their talent because we know how how important it is to support our own, like you said, because we want to see a reflection of ourselves in the things that we want to support
Right. And
because
yes,
and
perfectly
that's
said.
exactly. And and when we're not seeing these things is what sparks us to start creating them on our own.
Right. Yeah. It's been way too long. We haven't been seeing.
it's
You know, what I mean? It's been
it's
way
been
too
way
long.
too long. It's
And
been way too long.
the opportunities weren't there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was only so much that as a community you could do.
Right.
Being of means of finances or resources. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but we as a community we always do what we got to do. Like we always come out and just make things happen. That's why I love it. And we start trends and trailblazers and all that stuff. So I'm just like, that's what we got to do. Just got to create ourselves.
Exactly. And that's how Tanya brought you to us because when she just that day was just like, you know what? I think we got enough talent to start creating and doing things on our own and we have
Right.
to go and like she was like I gotta follow the Issa Rae model and like we know enough talented and creative black people. Let's find what people are good at
Right.
and let them do what they're good at, and let's put this talent together
Right.
and do something, do what we love,
Yep.
and let's get it done.
Hmm.
And I'm excited for you guys to see the fifth column soon. We are in post production,
Yes.
so that yes, so you'll be seeing Danny in that, along with all of his other projects. What do you got coming up recently, or up next that you want people to look out for?
So yeah, I got Trace. Trace is a it's a limited series on Vim Media, VIM Media, and that one is pretty amazing because it's kind of like my first. Well, I'm playing a college student too, but so that's great to go back to college. But there's also, but I help solve a murder like a murder case. So
Mm.
that's something that has always been fun. I always kind of wanted to, work. That's the beauty about acting. You get to you may not have to go to school to be a doctor, but you get to be a doctor on set. So I get to skip the years, 6 years of school. Um, and so I got that Trace coming out. It's actually out right now. I think episode 4 is coming out next week or something like that. But you can check that out
Okay.
on Instagram, VIM Media, and it's also a streaming service. And then, so Inside the Black Actor Studio, you can always check that out. Next Thursday, another
Mm-hmm.
episode on next Thursday. And then, Love the One You're With is a film that just was released, I believe, a month or two ago, and that's on Amazon Prime right now. Um, nice love story, and
Okay, well, I need to check that out. Say the name of that again.
Love the One You're With.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's Amazon Prime. Uh, yeah, so that one is Nowhere Alaska on Amazon Prime, and then also The
Mm-hmm.
Cry, which is another kind of action film. So, but I do have a couple things that that are in the works right now. I just booked another film, but I can't really talk about. And I'm on a veil for something, so wish me luck.
You'll get it.
I'm
all
open.
this, all this talent flowing. They
all
see you.
from all from
Yes,
the man upstairs. Ain't
of course. Well, I'm going to tag all of those outlets and stuff in this video that's going to be on Instagram. And I will be uploading this onto our YouTube page soon. So look out for it on that. But until then, all of that stuff that you can find him on, I'm going to tag it under this Instagram video so you can keep up with Danny. And are you still doing Fit by Royce? Because yeah, with everything else, yeah, he's this man is a personal trainer, y'all.
So
Listen.
yeah, I'm actually opening for new clients, but also gaining a team. So I'm gonna have
Wow.
one of the first personal like mobile personal trainers. We have an app that we're working on too. So like you can literally order a personal trainer and it's mobile.
Wow.
So we're working on that, having that be like the whole first system of that. So, but yeah, we're expanding like to have more clients. So online, you don't have to live in LA, but everything's digital as well. So working on the app. So yeah, be on the lookout of that. Fitbyroyce.com go to as well.
Yes, amazing. Yes, our artist, Tommy, his sister is also a fitness trainer. So we all up in the health and stuff in here. So we support
Yes,
it. Now,
right.
although Tanya said you tried to kill her the last time she worked out with you. So
Hey, I don't kill people. I just, may make you pass out a little bit. No, I'm playing.
yes, just busy man. Just thank you for joining us and
Of
letting us know
course.
everything you have going on with you. Just
Thank you
y'all
for having me.
actor. He is creating you guys and directing and writing and doing things in fitness. whatever what y'all need from Danny, he probably got it going. What you need to, he got vegan recipes. He got vegan cookie recipes. I know you be making those too. I done heard about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you want? I got cars. I'm selling cars. No.
He do. He ain't
You stupid.
I'm tagging all of his info. Y'all, please support him. Support. And you will also be able to catch him on our upcoming Fifth Column series because he is Team Fifth Wall as well. He is
Yes.
along for the ride with us. Thank you, Danny, for stopping by. You know, you always got our support in everything that you do. You guys look out for this person. And yes, he is going to be up on Carl Weber's new show, The Family Business. He's gonna be all over your TV screen, y'all. That's why you seen him here. That's why. Look, if you don't see him anywhere else, the Fifth Wall is saying, look out for this man right here. Okay,
Hey, thank
we
you.
telling you right now, look out for him. All right. Don't jump on the bandwagon later on.
Right.
Don't be trying to hear about it later. We trying to tell you right now. This the one you want to know about right now. See this face now.
Yeah. No.
Cause he gonna be everywhere.
Yes, sir. No, but
And
thank you for having me.
thank you so much, Danny, and enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend.
Hey, you
And
too.
yes, and we will catch up again soon.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening, and bye, guys.
Bye,
See you
Danny.
later.